state semifinal week. We've got three teams in Central Texas still fighting for a spot at Jerry World next week. And let's start with the one right here in McLennan County, those resilient La Vega Pirates. You both were down there last week at the Pfield in Pflugerville to watch La Vega against Sealy. What impressed you most about the Pirates' performance?
Chad.
I'll let DJ tackle that one first.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've been watching them play the entire postseason, so it wasn't like I felt like I saw anything that I hadn't already seen.
Mm,
Um, I feel like up to now, Sealy was probably the toughest team that they've played.
mm.
Um, Obviously, this next game coming up is probably going to be tougher, but I think their ability to, you know, um, continue to do things despite facing, challenges, continue to play in, these tough situations. They came out in the third quarter looking a little bit, I won't say flat, but definitely not as high energy as they were playing in the first half. And in a way that was, Sealy coming out and, playing tough as well. Um, but to be able to get back into it in the fourth quarter and like stop Sealy from completing their comeback. And I mean, their quarterback, Sealy's quarterback is probably one of the best quarterbacks that I've seen, this season. No dual threat, can throw it, can definitely run it. And they were trying to emphasize stopping the run and were La Vega was having a little bit of trouble stopping the run. But when they were able to force him to throw the ball, that was where a lot of the mistakes were made. So I feel like if La Vega can take the good out of this game and maybe work on some of, those little things that Coach Hyde, obviously, when we were talking to him after the game, he was like, I'm not satisfied about, our performance tonight because everybody's good at this point and we have to be better. And so that's for sure. I think their mentality going into the state semifinal.
Mm.
You know, your point about the momentum and whenever you watch a game on TV and it gets towards the end of the second quarter, they'll say, remember, so and so gets the ball to start the second half, and you think, oh well, okay, they're going to be able to add to their lead because they get another possession. Those possessions can obviously, you can create momentum by having the ball, right? But you can also create momentum by taking the ball away, and that's what La Vega did at the start of the game on Friday night. They had that. It wasn't actually a strip sack, I wouldn't say, but Warren Richardson hit Kilo. The ball comes loose, and I actually thought I got a great picture of Craig Bradley staring at the ball as it was up in the air, and then he was the one that went and recovered it and everything. And so that initially is what I feel like created the momentum for La Vega, which they really capitalized on used the whole first half. Um, you talk about the thing that impressed me, and I was very impressed by the way that every time La Vega needed a play the other night, that Bryson Rowland made it happen, scored three long touchdown runs, and of course they made plays in the passing game too. I tweeted that, and I believe this, and I'm no scout, but I tweeted that in 2 or 3 years, Bryson Rowland is going to have people talking about Darren Sproles and Tyrone Thurman. Now, Tyrone Thurman probably isn't as well known as Darren Sproles, although he is a Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. But Brice and DJ, y'all know what I'm talking about. Diminutive guys that made a big splash at the next level and beyond. And I really believe Bryson Rowland because he's fast enough,
And he's
and
smart, and he's
It's
yeah.
just the size. I feel like if he was not even half a foot taller, I would say
mm-hmm.
maybe like 5 inches taller. I feel like a lot more college teams would be talking about him,
But
right?
he's listed as the same height that Darren Sproles is listed at.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
If you're right, if somebody gives that kid a chance, and I think DJ has written that herself,
mm-hmm.
uh, they're going to pay off. It's going to benefit them because he's a kid, like you said, who's just a playmaker.
Hmm.
And here's what I'll say. I think for one, and obviously you guys have seen La Vega more than I have, but I think they have dudes that like when it matters, they're just playmakers. And I think
Hmm.
Bryson Rowland's in that category. Didn't Caden Rowland come up with a big interception, correct?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Caden
Hmm.
Rowland, and I want to talk about Marquay Willis because he had two picks. So that first half interception that I thought it was Jabari Thornton, we were kind of debating if it was Jabari or
Hmm.
Deontay Thomas. It was actually Marquay Willis, who's Coach Willis, the girls basketball coach
Hmm.
over there, Marcus Willis. That's his son,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
this season he's kind of stepped up a lot in the secondary. I think he had a pick. I don't remember if it was Silsby. I think it was Silsby. He had a pick in that game too, and they were talking about how I was talking to I think it was Jabari about what he thought about it. He was just like, we've been trying to get Markway in the to try to get him to understand that he doesn't have to be afraid to make those plays. And I feel like he's gotten less afraid to be the one that's in those situations.
Mm.
So him and yeah, Caden Rowland obviously, but I feel like the secondary has been super special for La Vega this season.
Yeah, I was certainly impressed with him when I saw that ball hawking secondary.